Daniel, again, the point we're coming back to is our concern. We're concerned about his position on workers' rights. We're concerned about Russell Pierce's positions on women's rights. You know, everyone's enamored with the whole SB 1070, but you probably haven't heard about SB 1050. That was in 2002. Russell Pierce was a lone vote against a piece of legislation that would have toughened penalties against those who beat pregnant women. The lone vote against that piece of legislation. So our next speaker is Allie Bones, Executive Director of the Arizona Coalition Against Domestic Violence.
Good afternoon, thank you. Again, my name is Allie Bones. I'm the Executive Director of the Arizona Coalition Against Domestic Violence, and we're happy to be here today to request a new tone of civility and of asking the legislature to keep in mind what all Arizonans are asking for and supporting. In his 10 years at the Arizona legislature, Senator Pierce has actively worked against providing for the safety of victims of domestic violence. As Randy just mentioned, he has sponsored bills that would have made it more difficult for victims of domestic violence to get an order of protection, stating that the current system is too one-sided, allowing abuses in which a wife may get an order by making false allegations against her husband merely to get a leg up in divorce or child custody proceedings. He has voted against measures that have been supported by legislative majorities, as he just mentioned, that have increased protections for victims of domestic violence, encouraged greater sanctions for perpetrators, and that allowed for federal funds to continue to come into this state that support criminal justice activities that increase victim safety and perpetrator accountability. We have worked hard to counter the claims made by Mr. Pierce, providing him with sound evidence that domestic violence is not overreported, that it is a serious issue, and that the reforms that are being pursued are needed for the betterment of those who are being victimized. In the 10 years that Mr. Pierce has been in the legislature, over 1,000 Arizonans have lost their lives as a result of domestic violence. Over 1,000 deaths. Men, women, and children who have died as a result of a system that still believes that domestic violence is not as serious as advocates would have you believe, and that domestic violence is overreported. As president, Senator Pierce must not allow his personal biases to drive the agenda of the state. Too many lives are in the balance. We need a Senate president who will keep the best interests of the states and its citizens in mind when determining the priorities. Women, men, and children's safety and security is at stake, and that is why we are here, to hold Mr. Pierce accountable to doing what is right for Arizona. Thank you very much.